wish you all a very happy International Day of Yoga. Thank you for joining this session on meditation. Many might say this is the essence of all yoga abhyas, is to get to this state of meditativeness and start with meditation. So the asana, pranayam, all these help us prepare for this. This is also something we can do independently, and I think there is a lot now. So thank you for joining. We'll start the session with a short prayer. The plan is I'll take you through a few slides which will describe, at least try and share what my understanding of what is meditation based on some of the texts and some experience. And from that, what are some of the general, hence, principles about meditation and how we can create our own practice, and then how to do the practice. Yeah, so that's broadly the plan, and then we'll have some time for Q&A, where you can share any questions, comments around this, as particularly you're thinking of creating your own meditation practice. Yeah, okay. So let's start. Hi, Pranali. Good to see you.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Vipul. Hello, Sumit. Good evening. Good to have you. Okay. So we'll start. We'll start with a prayer. So we'll do it in lead and follow, where I'll say a line. You can then repeat after that. Just sit comfortably. Om Sahana Vavatu. Sahano Bhunaktu. Sahano Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karvavahai. Sahaviryam Karvavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In a few moments to let the mantra settle down. So yeah, so today's our topic is to understand meditation and build a practice of meditation. So first, let's just understand what is meditation. There are many definitions probably, but the one we use and where this really originates in the yogic tradition is from the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we'll use that definition. So this comes up in the chapter 3, verse 1 of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and he defines it as Desh Bandha Chittasya Dharana. So this is defining dharana. Dharana is not meditation. Dharana means concentration. So it says concentration is holding the mind, the chitta, to one object or place or point. So this word desh can be in Sanskrit translated in multiple ways. So it's holding the mind to one object, place or point. That's the starting point. Then in the next sutra, he defines dhyanam, which is what is meditation is, what is translated as meditation. And that he defines as tatra pratyay eka tanata dhyanam. Tatra pratyay eka tanata dhyanam, which means dhyanam or meditation is the one pointed eka tanata awareness of that object, pratyay of that, for which we develop first the concentration. So meditation is really a sequential process. As we see from this, first we develop concentration of holding the mind to one object. And when that concentration becomes effortlessly one pointed, then that is known as meditation. So in some ways, we don't do meditation. Meditation happens. So we can't do meditation. Meditation happens. What we do is do this, which is concentration or dharana, which is to hold the mind to one object. And when holding the mind to that one object, point, or place, that awareness of holding means having that awareness at that point, object, or place, becomes one pointed, becomes continuous, then it becomes meditation. It becomes a meditative state. Okay. So very simply, we can define meditation as it is the one pointed, effortless awareness of an object. So when effortlessly we are aware of only one object, then that is being meditative, or that is meditation. So this can then happen in everything we do eventually. So if anything we are doing, any task we are doing, actually, if you are doing it with that one pointed, effortless awareness in that moment, that is also meditation. But to get there, we have to first develop concentration. So what we practice is actually concentration, and meditation happens. So pehle dharna karte hain. Dharna means, I'll just repeat that in Hindi for some people's benefit, just making it bilingual, so nothing new. But dharna is एक चीज पर पूरी तरह से एफर्टली अपने माइंड को, अपने मनस को, चित्त को पूरी तरह लगाना. और जब वो लगाते हैं, वो चित्त को एक चीज पे लगाते लगाते वो अपने आप उस पे लगने लग जाए, उसी पर ही रहे, तो वो ध्यान बन जाती है. दैट इज मेडिटेशन. वो मेडिटेशन है जब वो ध्यान अपने आप बन जाए. ओके. सो ये एक डेफिनेशन है मेडिटेशन की एज पर पतंजलि योग सूत्र, जो सॉर्ट ऑफ ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट है ऑफ ऑल योग. एवरीथिंग इन योग or yoga as we know it today, we hear about, it starts from this text of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. All the asanas, pranayams, techniques, kriyas, all that we know starts from this text. And this is what it says about what is meditation. That meditation happens when we develop concentration on one object. One way to visualize this, because it's conceptual, is just this. And this is coming from Advaita Ashram, which is sort of the stalwarts in Vedanta, which also has a great tradition. So this image, that meditation is the constant remembrance of the thing meditated upon, flowing like an unbroken stream of oil poured out from one vessel to the other. So what this shows in meditation, there are two things. There is a flow, a continuous flow or connection from one thing to the other. So one of them is us, and the second is the thing that we meditate upon, the object of our meditation. So that is very important, that when we talk of meditation, there is an object of meditation. When we want to start at least practicing meditation, eventually, hopefully, we'll get to a state more and more that everything we are able to do meditatively. So people who practice asana, pranayam, you can do all those also meditatively. That doing it meditatively, that can also be a meditation. If you do it with that one pointed awareness on your body, on your senses. So, or on your breath in case of pranayam, that becomes a meditation. Because then the object of your meditation is your body in case of asana, and in case of pranayam, the object of meditation is your breath. So meditation can be on anything. As we can see, it's from something else, and it creates this continuous stream. Okay. So the next question that comes obviously is, what is an object of meditation? If you want to develop this kind of connection with something, what is an object of meditation? So the theory says there are three properties of an object of meditation. There are three properties. there is the first property, which we can call it as static content. Like scientifically or more abstract, it's static. And we see that as an image or a visual, right? An image or a visual. So there is one thing that is needed for an object of meditation, an image or a visual. So this can be an image that is attractive to you and represents the object of meditation. So now we are trying to develop your own practice of meditation. So if you have to meditate, to develop that, first we have to develop dharana, as we saw, concentration, focus. So for that, we need to choose an object. So to choose an object, these are the properties, what object to choose. So you can choose any of this, anything. Examples are like images of deities or gurus. That's why they are used, right? Because they help us concentrate, put our mind on something, at least to start with. Or we can use even concepts like Om, God, peace, love, joy, compassion, truth, ahimsa. So any image that can depict that for you. It can be an image of nature, beauty, for example, Sundaram is one possibility, for example, also that you can meditate on. So you can meditate on anything, any object, but have a visual representation of that object. So as you start to choose now, think about what you want to meditate upon. Think upon something like this, right? What would you want to meditate upon? So what's the image or a visual that represents that? Yeah. So our mind is occupied with that. That's why this static content is needed. Our mind needs that static base, that content to stay focused. So remember, the purpose is to stay focused. So to stay focused, we need this image, a visual. Need something to keep feeding it, like the thoughts that keep coming, right? So we need to give it a thought, otherwise it will keep going on any thoughts. So that comes through sound or some flow, some movement, some. So in asana, it's the movement of the asanas, for example. In breath, it's the flow of the breath, or it can be a sound, which is how we talk, right? All our thoughts are in the form of sounds or images. So we are saying, what do we do with our thoughts? We are giving it a thought now, a mind, to say, stay focused on this thought. Don't go anywhere. So thought has this. The first is image, visual, and the second is a sound. So choose a sound that represents this object of meditation. So ideally, it should be a sound you can make. Some people use recordings also, but the best is if you can make, because the recording eventually will get mechanical. So you will not be able to stay focused on it. So use something that you can say. So it could be like a mantra are there. So if you have chosen a deity, then you choose a mantra according to that deity, right? Or a guru mantra, or it could be just these words also. Just saying these words again and again, right? That's why they have that power. Om, Ram, God, peace, love, joy. I don't know all the religions and all the things, but the principle is that there is a word that associates you with this object of. So you could say Satya, Ahimsa. So whatever suits you, whatever is appealing to you, go with that. There is no right or wrong. There is no hierarchy. There is no best object of meditation. It is what matters to you. That is the most important thing. So choose yours, which will come easiest to you. Because trust me, doing this, focusing on one, getting your mind to focus on one thing is itself hard enough. So choose something that is easy for you to focus on. Choose an image which comes very naturally to you, and choose the sound according to it, which comes very naturally to you. Okay. And the third part of this is to fix a location. And when I say fix a location, I mean inside or outside your body. So there are two kinds of locations where this object can be. Whatever specific object you have chosen, it can be at a specific location in or on your body. So many times people will say meditate on your heart, right? Or your navel, your throat, something between eyebrows, tip of the nose, shoulders. So whatever body part, again, you find most easy, or where this thing suits you, whatever your object of meditation is, focus it, give it that space, either on your body, the first option, or outside somewhere. So you can have and say an image which is 1 feet, 2 feet away from you. Also, that is also okay. So whatever works for you. Again, so it could be in the body, it could be outside. The advantage I have seen of being on or in the body is that it's always with you, wherever you are, right? So whether you're traveling, doing something else, it's always with you. Your body is always with you, right? Wherever you are. So it never goes. So you always have access to it. So that's why it's good to choose something in or on your body. It makes it easy. Pick a point. Yeah. So after this, I'll share some examples which are neutral because they are religion agnostic. But even if your religion says something which is in line with this, it's perfectly fine because that's the core. This is the common principle. This is the common, you can say, LCM or the HCF of all meditative practices, right? It's the highest common factor. This is what all meditative practices across all religions, societies, spiritual beliefs, faiths have something like this. This is the most generic part. So you can choose what works for you. That is the most important. So before I share examples, I want to give a pause here and see one, if there are questions, and more importantly, give each one of you some time to figure out this, what works for you. And if there are questions, then I can take those as you think about what is your object of meditation, because without this object, nothing will happen. So to summarize, before, just first, for meditation happens, we don't do meditation. Even though we call this regular meditation, actually meditation we don't do. Meditation happens. We do dharana or concentration. For that, we need an object. Okay, so we choose an object of meditation which has these three, you can say, properties: a visual or an image, something static, a sound associated with it, and a place either on our body or outside where we want to place it, so that it's still. The importance of the place is this, right? It has to be still, because if that is moving, how will your mind become focused on it, right? You can't focus on something which is moving. So we want it to be in one place, still. So that's why choose a place for it, and then we'll see. So that's the summary till now.
Hariom Prabhu, can I ask you something?
Yes, sure, Navalji.
So, like, let us say I concentrate on Krishna.
Yes.
So I keep that in my mind,
Yes.
and do I chant Krishna loudly or in my heart?
Both are okay. Whatever is comfortable and easier for you, whatever enables you focus right now. So yes, so to answer that also, it's better if you can do it without the sound, but initially most people need the sound to start getting focused. But if you have done enough of that chanting, you will reach a place where it will automatically without your explicit sound.
Okay.
So if it is happening without sound, that is better. If it is not happening without sound, the focus, it's okay to chant first loudly.
And thirdly, you have kept it that the object should be inside or outside. So I can keep a murti on the table and do it, or just concentrate it in my heart or in my mind.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Both are okay. Perfectly.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Has everyone chosen their object of meditation? Some thumbs up would help, or if there are questions, so both ways. Yes. Yes. Good. Thank you, Pooja, Sujata, Bhagyeshi, Giki Uncle, Pranali. Yes. Thank you. Bhagya. Thank you. Thank you, Madhuri.
So, Sandeep.
Yes,
Sandeep, I don't have an object like that, like say a deity or somebody. So it's not there for me.
Yes.
I don't know why. I want to bring it, but somehow, it's not coming.
Sure.
So I actually don't try and force myself to do that.
Yes.
So what I generally do, I think, I don't know, I'm very new to this kind of a practice. But what I generally try and do is whatever I am doing, whether it is cooking or cleaning, whatever, I try and pay attention to the thing that I'm doing then, there and then.
Yes.
So that is something which I do, and I try and do more often these days.
Yes.
So if I'm talking to somebody, I'm completely there with that person. So I'm not here and there. So that is how it's been for me. So that to me actually adds more value. to my own inner being, to the
Yes.
way I am.
Yes.
And that is how I have been practicing.
Yeah. So that is where I think that is great, because that's where we want to get to. So if we have to do a practice, like we want to take out specific time to build that skill more, right, to enhance that skill, then during that practice, having one, so it need not be a DT. Firstly, as I said, it can be something as simple as even a concept like truth, just saying the word truth or satya or ahimsa, karuna, whatever concept or whatever feeling that works for you, that's one option. The other, which is the most common, which I was going to share as an example for others who may not have a DT or an object clear, is your breath. So you just tracking your breath.
Yes.
Breath has all these
Yeah.
properties because it fixes the location on your nostril. Correct. It has a static content that it's breathing, and it has a dynamic that there is
Right.
flow. Inhale and exhale. So
Yeah.
that's why that's a very simple and powerful thing that we will always have. Nothing can never take us away from it. When that goes away, we are
Right.
gone. So it becomes immaterial anyways.
Yes.
So that's always there. So for a practice to be built. So that's an option for everybody. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Thank you for that question, because yes, that happens. If there is no object, you can pick breaths always, your own breath.
I had a related question, Sandeep. That similar to breath, I think I also tried with pulse sometime. So are we saying then pulse is the object that you meditate upon, or is it the third thing, the place or the location?
So, meaning I didn't get it. So where you are feeling the pulse, you mean?
Yeah. So maybe if I'm feeling my pulse in my wrist, so that's the location, right? But there will be some object or a DT or a word that I'm meditating upon. So I choose both.
No, then the DT is the object.
The DT
but
is
the location is, you are saying the location is pulse, is it? The location will be where you are feeling the pulse. Yeah.
Okay.
It will be very hard if you try and do pulse and something else, because it's two things, and that will become very hard. So pick one, anything. Only pulse is also good. So you can just keep tracking your heartbeat also, just like you can track your breath. That's also okay. Yes, any questions? Smriti, from you or your daughter, you seem to be this.
No, I was asking her what will be your point.
Okay. Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, fix that. Just so where will you have it and what will you have? Those are the two things. And in what? There are two questions. See if you can have an image or and the sound, something around that, or something which is flowing. Okay, all clear? We can move. Now we'll get to the how to do it. So what every practice session will look like. Like Jaya said, we want to get to a place where everything we are doing that way, but we need to practice to get there. And that's what our sessions, at least when we do the meditation session, the 25 minutes, that's how one can flow with it. Okay, so there is another slide on some examples Vivekanandji gave. So I'm skipping that because you guys have found something. I'll share the PPT anyway, so you can have a look at those and see. So the 5 steps. So this cheekily looking at marketing jargon and all, and the consultant in me also speaks. So 5 P's to make us easy to remember of the steps in meditation. So the first is place. So ideally, again, pick and fix a place, fix a quiet place where you can do this every day, and fix the time. So that's why our sessions, we have also fixed time, 6 to 6:30 a.m. India time and 9 to 9:30 p.m. India time. So try and fix the time and the place where you do it. Keep it as a quiet place, not too much disturbance, so that you can really concentrate. It's to enable you to concentrate. So that's the first very important thing. This is probably a one-time thing, but may take a few days for somebody to figure it out as you try different places. But see, fix a place where you can do this. The second is posture. So this is very important. So posture is to be easy and comfortable. That's the most important essence of it. There is no, yes, there are many yogic postures, meditative postures, this legged, cross-legged, this way, that way. There are, and all due respect to that, those are important, but not necessarily that prevents us from starting this process. We can keep working on that, but it's important whatever way we are easy and comfortable, but at the same time a little alert. So that's why Shavasana is never recommended, because we'll probably be the most easy and comfortable in Shavasana, right? Where corpse pose, just lying flat on our back. But then we are not alert enough to focus on something, right? So we want it to be easy and comfortable, but at the same time alert enough. So for that, we have our feet on the ground or in a cross-legged place, because cross legs give stability. They create a very solid base for our body. But feet on the ground does the same thing. If you're on a chair, that's perfectly fine. So I'm right now, for example, on a chair, perfectly fine to be on a chair, but your feet shouldn't be hanging. They should be very settled, right? Very nicely settled. And at the same time, while they are settled very nicely, if your feet are not reaching because of the chair height, you can put something below it, like a pillow, cushion, or something to make sure they are comfortable, very comfortably set, that their weight is not something you have to bother about. They are there. And same way your back is supported, if possible, your neck also, right? If particularly you feel a neck needs support, feel free to take that support as well in terms of the neck. Okay. And your hand should be rested comfortably again. Avoid the armrest, I will say, because some chairs have armrest. Avoid that, because that puts our shoulders and arms in a particular way which affects our breathing. So you don't want to do that. Just comfortable wherever they are. Just it can be on your knees, on your thighs, just comfortably seated. So this is very important, the posture in which we are doing this practice, because this will make it easy to be focused, for the mind to be focused. Because if the body is not comfortable, then your mind can never be comfortable, right? Can never be focused. So for your mind to be focused, your body has to be comfortable. So posture is very important. The next is prepare. So we don't directly get into focusing on the object, because we come, so suddenly you are doing something, right? 9 o'clock is a session, for example, in this case, or you've kept the time as 9. So what will we do till 8:58? We will keep doing something. Food, this, that, and then exact 8:58 will come, click the Zoom link. So at least we are there by 9. And sometimes it might be 9:02 also, 9:10 also. All that is fine, right? But once you get there in the session, so keep that 25 minutes. So prepare is part of it. So first, get comfortable in your body. Find a very comfortable place. Take your time. There is no rush. Let it be. It may take a few minutes. It's okay. Then prepare your mind through breath. So which is to quieten your mind a little, to become fully present, because there is so much that was happening. We have to come to right now. Okay, so we have to quieten our mind. And how do we do that? There are pranayam techniques to do that. That's where pranayam comes. But we'll do something very simple now called Brahmari, which we all can do. And we will do that right now, a few rounds. So the meditation session I'm taking, I'm seeing most of the participants are here. So we'll continue this. So we'll do a small pranayam practice, so that's what you start with. Okay. So what's the pranayam? It's called Brahmari. So many of you may know it. So Brahmari is the sound of a bee. Brahmari is a bee. So it's a sound of a bee. How do we do that? So all can say now, now. So try saying now, now. So just check where your tongue is touching when you say now, right? So your tongue will be touching your upper palate somewhere in your mouth, right? At the start, when you say no, 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 no. So all we have to do is keep our tongue at that place fixed. Okay, fixed now. Don't complete, just close your mouth, inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose, keeping your tongue there. Okay, so this is how it will look like. I'll do it once, so then you try it. Yes, it was like a bee. Yes, we can try that. So just try that now. Tongue stuck on the upper palate, where like you were about to say no. Inhale. and this will be the last round. How does it feel? Does anybody want to share? How is the mind? No difference?
All right. So by learning Sanjeevani Jagruti, we were made to learn this Brahmari wala course, and usme they asked us that you have to take that no wala sound. But ये अभी direct हुआ कि how do you take this out अच्छे से? So yeah, and the vibrations, the energies were totally different to what I used to do initially. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So we do this before, this is the prepare part, before we start the practice of focusing on our object of meditation. And this will settle your mind a little bit so that we can now start focusing. And how many rounds do we do this? Till the time your mind is a little calmer. So that will depend on how you are coming. If you're coming very busy, hectic, it might take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds. So let it be. Because till the time your mind is quiet, going to the next step doesn't help. Yes? So we'll do this as many times. So it's again individual. So when we do our common group meditation practice, everyone is on mute. So you feel free to do as many times you want. You are not disturbing anybody. It's your practice, at least here and even at your home when you're doing, just feel free to do it as many times. Yes? So the other thing, did everyone notice how their teeth were when they did this? So when we do no, what happens to your teeth? Are your teeth joined or they are separate? Anybody? So are your teeth together or separate? Separate. Yes, exactly. Separate. Yes, they will be separate. Yes, so that's why say no. Always start with no. So don't focus on the tongue, because you can touch your tongue up and keep your teeth closed also. Then it will be different. Your teeth will start vibrating and you will know. It will be very different. Okay, so keep your teeth separate and the lips are obviously closed because we are inhaling and exhaling through our nose. Okay, good. So this is a third step, which is prepare, which has helped us quieten our mind. And now we can get to the practice, which is concentrate on the object of meditation. So whatever you have chosen, the image, the sound, pick one, concentrate on it at the location that you have chosen. Keep repeating it at a certain pace till you at the pace at which you stay focused. Initially, for some, it might be very fast. So it might be like if you have chosen Om, you're saying Om, 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 because if you say Om slowly, your mind will go somewhere else. The idea is to keep the mind there. So keep it fast. And slowly it may become slower. Om, Om, Om. So it will become slower as your concentration builds. And if at any point, obviously, it will happen multiple times to most people, everyone, including me, it still happens. If our mind goes somewhere else, what do? We don't follow that thought. We will just leave that thought and come back to our focus immediately. That's the thing to do. Okay, if your mind goes somewhere else, just leave it there. Don't focus on that thought. Come back and start the focus again. Okay, start repeating your sound. That is why that sound is there, because we think in sound, right? Our mind is going in sound. So as soon as it goes, we come back. Okay, but is this all? No, there is a fifth step. So we have done this. Now what? So in each of our sessions, whatever time, whenever you feel complete, or at end of 25 minutes, I will do this, which is called pack up. So the shooting packs up. Na? Shooting ho gaya, pura session ho gaya, so we do a pack up. So pack up is very important in this also, because we have gone in a zone of concentration we need to also come out of it gradually and gently. We don't suddenly wake up, and it's not like that. You have to come very slowly and gradually. As you become aware, first become aware of your body, because there is a chance as you got very focused on that object of meditation, you lost connection with your body or the rest of the body. You may have only focus on one part, right, which you have chosen. So bring your awareness back to your body, to your breath. You can smell your senses. So smell around slowly what is in your sound. Listen. Don't open your eyes yet. Eyes will be the last thing, because that stimulus is the most sharp. So then slowly bring your eyes. So how do you bring your eyes also? First, cover your eyes with your palms. Then gently open your eyes so little light is coming through. And then when you're comfortable with that little bit of light, you come back, and then just look around your surroundings so you know where you are. Get to the here also. It's very equally important. So how you come back is as important as how we got in, right? So you see, practice is only one part, first three, and there is a follow-up, pack up, which is very important. So place, posture, prepare, practice, pack up. That will complete a session, which will help us become more focused, develop dharana, which will hopefully make us meditative in more and more future. Okay, so this is the process. So any questions on the process? Otherwise, we will move to the actual practice for today, which we'll have about 20 minutes to do. If there are no questions, otherwise we may have slightly lesser. So any questions on the practice or the flow of practice? Smriti, you're on mute. You're saying something? Okay. Any questions? Good, clear on the practice, everyone? Good. So we'll try then now. At least we have 15 minutes. So the first step is place. So I'm guessing you are there, or you can figure out a new place in your wherever you are. And second is posture. So just settle down. Be very comfortable. You can pick a chair if that's comfortable for you. Make sure your feet are well settled on the ground. Your back is supported. Yes, Parvati, any question, Parvati ji? So Parvati ji, if there are questions, please unmute. I'll mute you for now so that we can continue.
No, just I am understanding. I am trying. If there is any question, I'll ask.
Yeah. Find a position. Thank you, Bhagyashree. Yeah. So yeah, as you are now sitting in a comfortable position, we're just preparing our mind through Brahmari. I would suggest start with at least 3 rounds, and if needed, more. So put your tongue in the position of na. The teeth are separated, lips together. Inhale. 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 Mm. Yeah, so feeling calm, you can start the practice of dharana. Focus on your object of meditation. We will begin to gently pack up and wrap up this session. Just become aware of your body, head to toe. Become aware of your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Notice the movement of your body along with your breath. Notice the smells around you. Notice the sounds around you. Gently move your toes, your fingers, very gently. Gently place your palms to cover your eyes. Once your eyes are covered, gently open them. Get used to the light. And whenever you feel comfortable, you can lower your palms. And just look around. Notice where you are, very slowly and gently. Okay. Great. Anyone wants to share anything? This is some open space. Otherwise, we'll close with the prayer.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any comments? Thank you. Questions as you did the practice also are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Good. So we'll close with the prayer. You can repeat up. Yeah. Sorry, Sumit.
Question. While breathing, is it okay to count so that instead of a mantra or anything you're chanting, can you just count up to 5 or 8?
So you are focusing on your breath, right? Yeah. So if counting helps to keep the mind there, it's okay. Yeah. I think the purpose is to keep the mind to the breath as much as possible.
Sandeep.
Yes, Pankaj.
Can you focus on your deity with your eyes open?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the idea is to actually be focused on whatever your object is. Closed is an option. It's not a necessity. So we do close because otherwise the visual stimuli is so much. No? So distractions are too many. But if you're focused on your deity, it's good. Perfect.
Yeah. Because if you keep your eyes closed and then say chant something, then your focus gets lost.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Totally. You can keep eyes open.
Okay. Right.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for those questions, both of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. So any other questions or we'll close with the prayer? Yeah. Okay. So we'll close with our closing prayer. We'll do it in the same way. I'll say one line so you can repeat after me. This is a prayer for the well-being of all. And today being International Day of Yoga, this is what yoga stands for. Health and joy for all. This is what our motto at Swasth is also. So we'll close with this prayer. Just sit comfortably. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Sarve Bhadrani Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. I'm around. If there are any more questions, I'll be here for a few more minutes, but we can leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night and good day.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
I had another question.
Sure.
Just out of curiosity, see if you're meditating at night, is there a recommendation to have finished your dinner by 8, something like that, so that
Yeah, so we also do. So meditation actually can be done anytime. It's okay. Like we said, eventually we want to get to a state where everything we are doing is meditatively. Right. So this is just practice. We chose this time for convenience also for people. Sometimes just winding down the day, it helps people sleep better. End of day, more availability. People are back from work, etc. So that's all. And the morning time is there. The best times though that people suggest, and I've also found, is different days just before sunrise. So even before 6 a.m. that we do in Bombay actually. But if you do wake up, you can do this before. So like an hour or so before sunrise is very good. Yeah. The process is the same. So you have to first settle your body. Remember to do that. Settle your breath with Brahmari and get your mind a little bit quicker, and then focus on whatever you focus on.